This is deals being made. Deal or no deal. So what is a deal? Let's look at that. D and L. It is to distribute cards in an orderly rotation to players for a game or round. Take part in commercial trading of a particular commodity. An agreement entered into by two or more parties for their mutual benefit, especially in a business or political context. A significant but unspecified amount of something. Donald Trump says America is getting bad deals thanks to incompetent leaders. Trump promises better deals if he is president. November 1st, 1987, the Day of the Dead. Donald Trump released his #1 book, The Art of the Deal. Art of the Deal is 888 in Gematria. 888, the number of Christ. August 31st, 2015, Time magazine will release an issue with Donald Trump's picture on the cover with the quote, "Deal with it." Interesting. Deal with it is 666 in Gematria. 666 is the number of man. It is also interesting that the release date, August 31st, is the anniversary of Princess Diana's death. Recently, newspapers have revealed that Donald Trump made an attempt to date Princess Diana after her divorce with Prince Charles. And something may not have anything to do with it, but go to Google. Go to their search and type in Princess Diana deal with it. See how many hits you get. Apparently Diana was always told to deal with it as well. Maybe nothing. Diana makes a deal. Trump makes a deal. You know, sometimes news headlines are popping. Same things over and over again being shown to us. It's not an accident. Jade, too, is in control of all of this, and two names, again, that are highlighted in August. Trump, Ashley, Madison. The Donald, 232 or 322. Life is short, have an affair, 232, 322. August images for Trump and Ashley Madison, sinking as well. It is shown in the news that Alabama has most members on this Ashley Madison. Same time, news showed Trump speaking to 30,000 in Alabama. Alabama is being triggered, my friends, badly. And then we go back to the mega ritual coming soon. Pope Francis. Washington, D.C. is positioned between two states, Virginia and Maryland. Mary. Washington, D.C. is symbolically the Virgin Mary. A cosmic doorway, a place where heaven and earth unite. When Pope Francis enters Washington, D.C. on September 22nd, the fall equinox, he will be symbolically entering the dark womb of the cosmic mother during the fall. The Son of God begins its descent into the underworld September 22nd. Virgin, yeah. Mary land. Come on now. Oh my God. So this is what's happening right here. And the Pope, again, this mega ritual, I know I've said it before, but I'm going to just go over it again because you're going to be hearing a lot of crap in the next little while, and I want you to stay grounded here. Stay grounded. It's also the dome and the obelisk. So again, arriving in Washington, D.C. September 22nd, the fall equinox. Francis will feel right at home there. Vatican and Washington, D.C. look very similar. Both utilize the sacred alignment connected between and created between the dome and the obelisk. Domes are female, obelisks are male. Obviously, you know what that means. Now, when paired, domes and obelisks represent and they join heaven and earth. At these magical temple complexes, the gods and men commune together. So Washington, D.C. and Krishna's birthplace are both on the 77th parallel, respectively. So Christian Vatican was originally a temple built to Shiva. The one at the Vatican borrowed, in a way that colonists do, so stole, historical, from Egypt, solar deity worshippers, but not exactly. The largest in the world, cut from a piece of granite that was an unfinished obelisk at Aswan, cracked, left. This is a mega ritual. Our energies are being focused on it. The Pope is a Jesuit. The Jesuits have used everything, rewrote the Bible, rewrote almost everything that we call ancient now. The first time in human history where human beings actually had an effect on planet Earth. The first time. Rome. Because of its war-making machines. Rome was the start of this. Even all the stories that Europeans were always slaves. That black people were always slaves, which is ridiculous. Because they've made the majority of the world worship African deities. And of course they'll say, well, it's North Africans, Tracey. I guess that's not quite as black. No, boys and girls. And even the things that you call Sumerian, as a cradle of civilization, it's, well, brought to you by the letters B and S and the numbers 33, quite literally. This is another trump card. It is a lie. The only place on this planet that uses words like Anu, Inanna, is South Africa. Very black, very dark. Weren't ever white people. Not that it matters color-wise. Brothers are brothers. Sisters are sisters. But we are being triggered to believe something that should really piss you off. It should really piss you off. That we are going to go into it deeply. Tubal-Cain is Vulcan. So, let's continue. Rudy Giuliani in drag. And prima donna Donald Trump acting out as a paramour is no comedy routine here, but a very serious secret society ritual of public humiliation that must be played out before your eyes, where subordinate members or initiates engage in playful transsexual activities, while certain male blood elitist members of the group must be with them, must be in front of people's faces. Satanic cross-dressing. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani is a tough, no-nonsense conservative, regular guest on Fox News. He was the city mayor during the 9/11 Twin Towers, the Building 7 collapse. Giuliani said in 2001 that he had been forewarned that the Twin Towers would implode on the morning of 9/11. He said it. Now, according to an interview that he did with Peter Jennings of ABC News, 1 p.m., September 11th, 2001, Giuliani said that he had been told by officials in his own Office of Emergency Management that the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center were in danger of imminent collapse. Giuliani told Jennings this, word for word: "We are operating out of there." Now there is 75 Barclay Street, where they had set up a temporary headquarters. "When we heard that the World Trade Center was going to collapse," because they had already moved. Now this is his words, of course, and it did collapse before we were able to get out of the building, so we were trapped in the building for 10-15 minutes. Finally found an exit and got out. Now in chapter 22 of his book 9/11 Contradictions, David Ray Griffin chronicles a number of major fires that were much worse than the ones that occurred in the World Trade Center that day, that did not lead to a collapse. He also quotes a number of key officials on the scene on 9/11 who stated that they had no idea there were any chances of a building collapsing. There was even confirmed by the 9/11 Commission, which stated in its report that none of the fire chiefs present that day believed that the complete collapse of either tower was even possible. Even the report on the collapses by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, which supports the official story, states that the collapse was completely unexpected. So, if that's true, why didn't he warn the firefighters who were climbing the two towers to get people out? Because Giuliani wasn't supposed to tell anyone. He was essential, and an essential secret blood oath member of the ultra-secret operating unit of the Vulcan cult. And you can go to Wikipedia and look up the Vulcans. Interesting. And part of the seething energies of Lucifer. And this is the year of light, Anu Lucius. The seething energies of this light that brought the Twin Towers and Building 7 down on 9/11. Total of 343 firefighters died that day. 23 police officers that had also not been warned of the building's implosion. As a result of that successful operation, Giuliani had been initiated into the higher orders of the secret group, like the age of the new centurions. The real Illuminati, the Bunga Bunga orgy initiate rites that I've told you about, the real cross-dressing and sodomy, booty popping like the old centurions of ancient Rome, takes place in total blood secrecy, tighter than like in the Eyes Wide Shut thing. They got somebody killed for it. Now, corporate mass media is just not truthful to the public. And you should be getting it now, because Donald doesn't care about the truth. He's being rolled out. And I've seen people who have gone from intelligent, people who you can actually have a conversation with, to become idiots in under 2 weeks. It is Jade Helm. This is what's being rolled out. Now, what they are not telling us is a whole bunch about Donald Trump. Investigative journalism has dropped the ball, and I think it's because they are so mind-controlled. It will not lift the veil off of Trump to expose the true nature and background of this man. The masses are confused as to how and why this narcissist, this racist, this arrogant, vindictive individual leads the Republican Party candidates as a nominee for President of the United States. Maybe you just like failed TV personalities, you guys. Rapists. Maybe you like that. Is that what you like? Now, Adolf Hitler talked about these new centurions, the likes of Donald Trump.